Hello everybody, it's me, TONIK TZW, and here with another video, Rule Britannia, Nelsons Rule the Waves. And I'm in division with my buddy Chinlarden. We take out a pair of Nelsons, and I've got two replays in this ship, again with Chinlarden. And they were a lot of fun to play, because you know me, I normally play the destroyers, but this time we took the big boys out, and as you can see, we have got Ring, we've got Domination, we're spawning on decab with a destroyer beside us. There are a couple of divisions in the game on both sides, so there's going to be a lot of coordinated play here. There may be some coordinated play from the other side, but Chin and I are both military veterans, and as such we have very tactical minds, we have great communication, and we have great situational awareness, most of the time, should I say. Now, as this is the start of the match, there's obviously going to be destroyers running in and trying to push or contest caps, so we are both going to load HE to start. And as Mr. Fuso is within range, I'm going to get the first volley off, and we're going to get some shots out there towards him. But he appears to be backing out at the start, and we get a fire straight on, and that's always a good start because he isn't going to want that damage ticking. And as you can see, he repairs it straight away. That means that we're going to be looking to set him on fire again very soon. Now, our Yukikaze is pushing the cap, but he's going to do a good job, but he's not going to do a great job, because rather than push and spot some of those other targets, he's just going to sit and contest. And I always say, you know, there is no point sitting and contesting a cap. You know, you either push to win it, or you back off and you move and you try to get the other team spotted so that your team can kill whatever is contesting the cap, and then you can take control of it. But I am obviously spotted. We're taking fire from a couple of directions here. We have that Fuso there who is pushing hard out on the flank, and as you can see, he is burning again. I think the KGV who has come across from the centre of the map has put those fires on him. But we get the Hatsuharu spotted, and our destroyer does the destroyer thing and straight away bangs his smoke screen up. But this is a one for you battleship players again. Don't be afraid to shoot at destroyers. Even if you take half of his health off him, he is really going to reconsider the way he plays his game. And you know, when I'm in DDs, if I get focused and clattered, I'm going to think twice about what my next moves are going to be. Fuso disappears out of sight behind there, but the reason I'm backing up is because I want to pick him up as he comes through that gap in the islands. Now he's going to get shots on me, but I'm also going to get shots on him. Now, as we see, there's a full salvo goes in there from the King George V. He gets the fires on, and having done all that work to that Fuso, I decide that I'm not going to let that one go, and that last turret picks up the kill. Now, you'll see that our destroyer is still sat in his smoke screen. We know there are a number of ships out there, but we can't see them to shoot at. We did lose a destroyer very early on the opposite side of the map to a full salvo from the North Carolina. But the other destroyer across there is actually going to do a decent job for his division out on that side of the map. Our destroyer narrowly avoids torpedoes, and there we go, we get an Icarus spotted. Chin and I are both ready for the shot, and we pile on the pressure. And very gratefully, he takes a hell of a lot more fire, and I think it is the KGV that picks up the kill on that one. But looking out across the map, we know there's a cruiser there, we know there's another destroyer. We've also got the North Carolina and Ignites now pushing across this way. They've obviously decided that they don't want to be on the receiving end of the blue team destroyer across on the other side. This Nuremberg there is going to be a thorn in our sides, and was it not for the Nelson's huge heals and some smart play utilising will to rebuild, I don't think either of us would have survived his onslaught. Now our Hatsuharu could have done a really great job in repositioning and trying to get that cruiser spotted, or even sneaking around and taking him up from behind. What he decides to do is get greedy and abandon the cap, go YOLOing out for a torpedo run on the two battleships, and in the process gets himself deleted. That was not the smartest move at all. But looking at some of the play that was there in the beginning, we weren't expecting a huge amount from him. We now are losing this cap, so we have the option: do we push or do we reset? Now sadly, blue team on the left flank have completely folded, and there's myself, Chin, and this KGV, and red team have got a ship advantage over us. This cruiser is going to continue to be a thorn on our side, and that North Carolina can punch holes through us from the front. So while we're waiting for this final volley to get off, we're calling for fire onto that guy, and then we are going to switch across to high explosive and call for him to be focused, because he is the danger to us here. The Gneisenau is bowing, so there's no risk of torpedoes. The only real risk is that Nuremberg on the side, who is obviously very quick, very agile, and has very fast loading guns. Now we push in to support this KGV, because he's done, a decent job in supporting us, coming across from the centre and helping to get rid of a couple of pesky destroyers, and well, he's played smart up until now, should I say. But we're focusing this North Carolina. Chin and I are communicating on exactly when we've got to reload, so we know who's firing, when they're firing, do we need to go another salvo on, or can we switch to another target. But Chin gets a shot on. I put my last two turrets on because I don't even want to give that guy a chance to reload. Now KGV is obviously staring down his barrels because he goes throttle forward and runs straight into the side of my ship. So lucky for me, there's not team damage, otherwise I would be getting rammed to death. So I have to push forward, and all the while I've got the attention of this Nuremberg, and as I said, he has been a pain in the absolute arse. But the Gneisenau is the next risk to us. He has got some big guns, he's also got torpedoes, and having taken a clattering off that North Carolina, I decide to pop a heel. Gneisenau is very obviously turning and putting torpedoes out. I've still only got HE loaded, otherwise that would have been a beautiful broadside shot, but we decide to pop those shells out there, and we pick another fire on them and start backing out, because we are in torpedo range, and the further we are away from those torpedoes, as you see them closing in, the wider the spread, and I narrowly scrape through them. I use a single turret on the Nuremberg as he pops out, and the KGV picks up the Gneisenau kill after, again, we've done a lot of the hard work. But for whatever reason, he decided to push out that little safety umbrella of will to rebuild. Perhaps he wasn't running it, and he pays the price. It now comes down to 2v2. Nuremberg, and I think it's an Ismail, versus two Nelsons. And while I am burning like mad, and the Ismail is obviously already spamming HE across the top to try and get some fires on Chin, Nuremberg decides that he can't sit behind his island spamming HE anymore, and we think he's going to go for a YOLO torp. but he's not going to get close enough. Chin and I are just backing out. We are keeping that will to rebuild range going. We are literally joined at the hips, like Siamese twins. I think Nuremberg has put one set of torps out. He's turning to go for the other. I'm set on fire again, and I'm going to let it burn because until that Nuremberg's disappeared, we don't want to fix it. And with will to rebuild, we can afford to sit here and just take that burn damage. Now we scrape a little paint here and we back it up because, as I said, Chin and I have very tactical minds. I think we've taken on 7 ships of red team on this side of the map, and including this Ismail that is coming over now, that might actually make it 8. But we back it up because we think we've got this one on points. The capture points are equal, and really we don't need to do anything to win. And we're gonna let that guy come to us. And then Chin comes up with this amazing idea of like, hey, he can't kill both of us. Should we go for it? And in fact, we were both laughing about it, and I said, this is one of those videos where we have that amazing idea where he can't kill both of us, and we push forward, and then he absolutely volleys one of us and kills us, and then rams the other one of us and takes the win. But we put on our stiff British upper lips and we go full steam ahead. Now we think he's going to be sitting broadside on the end of decap, and as we pass through decap we can probably pick up the capture as well and seal the deal, hopefully, as long as this isn't going to be a lemming suicide run. You'll notice there's a difference in the speed in which our ships are moving, and this is because Chin is using the rudder shift mod, whereas I am using the engine boost, and it really did make a hell of a difference for me in the stop starts forwards and backwards as we jockeyed around the side of this cap. And I would strongly recommend the engine boost because without it the Nelson does take a hell of a long time to stop and start. But as we're pushing into this cap, talking to ourselves and discussing whether or not we are going to completely throw a game by attempting to win harder, which is something we often warn about, we spot a battleship in the distance. Now, whether or not he thought that he was going to remain hidden behind there and try and sneak through and get a flanking shot on us, Chin and I execute an almost perfect Olympic diving team synchronized turn to port, and we just wait for this guy coming through. This is a beautiful thing to see. When I was watching this back and seeing how coordinated we were with everything, it really made my day. It reminded me of back when I was a soldier and you knew what the guy on the left and what the guy on the right was doing. And this Ismail obviously didn't know what he was doing because he had probably as much health points as the two of us, and he now has pretty much nothing left, having sailed completely broadside. But he's not done yet. Bang! He takes half of my hit points. I did say health points earlier, but takes half of my hit points. His name is Vampire something, so perhaps he was trying to suck my hit points back into his ship, but that is not going to work. We have already driven a wooden stake through his heart, and as he is a vampire, I am going to push round here and I am going to give him the absolute silver bullet as he comes around this corner. So this has been so much fun to play, a lot different for me playing battleships, but Chin and I both pick up a very well deserved dreadnought. 82k dreadnought and a Confederate, so we definitely had our work cut out for us there, and between us we did pick up 4 kills, with 4 members of the team picking up all 9 for the red team. KGV picked himself up 3 kills. I think a couple of those were, let's say, a little bit snipey, but a win's a win. And Chin and I did absolutely seal the deal. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do hit like, leave me a comment, and if you haven't already done so, please do hit subscribe and help me, because we're getting so close to 500. Until next time, take care and goodbye.